Hi there, this is Quenisha Green, the founder of the Black Women Rise Movement and your Black Women CEO coach, here to share some tips on conversations that convert, how to communicate so your clients buy, or you can say so people buy from you. And I'm coming to you sharing these tips, these quick laser educational tips, because I just got off of a great call with a VIP client. We did what's called a profit planning session. And one of her big takeaways after spending about 2 hours with me was that now she knows how to communicate for sales conversion. So I thought, some other people need those tips. So let me jump on Facebook Live and share this information with you. So my name is Quenisha Green, as I said, the founder of the Black Women Rise Movement and dubbed affectionately by my clients, the Black Women CEO coach. And what I do is that I help highly educated Black women who are interested in entrepreneurship to translate that expertise into a thriving business. And for many of them, in as little as 30 days. So hey, everyone who's jumping on. And so I know what I'm talking about because I have been in entrepreneurship for about 4 to 5 years, but I've been in my business full time over the last 2 years and have been able to generate over 100K in total revenue using the strategies that I'm going to share with you today. So I'm so happy to give you these tidbits of information. And if you want to learn more, I am having a free masterclass. It's called Find Clients Now. 7 surefire ways to find clients who are ready to work with you, right? To buy from you. So you can go to blackwomanceolive.com or click the link in this video if you want to just go ahead and jump into that masterclass that we're having coming up so that you can get even more information. And I'll share more about that towards the end of the video. But here's a big question. You are probably struggling to find clients, or maybe you're getting all these, you're having people showing interest in working with you, but is not leading to an actual sale. So like I said, I just got off a VIP profit planning session and my client was like, you helped me to communicate for sales conversion. So I want to give you some of these tips. So how to talk so that clients will buy from you, right? So here, before I get into the tips, I want to share, here are 3 things you need to have in order to even have a conversation that converts into clients. 1, you need to know about the people that you want to work with. You need to, 1, know their pain. What are they struggling with right now, right? The second thing, you need to know their desires. What are they seeking for their life, right? Once this problem is solved, what are they hoping to have in their life, right? What is that aspirational desire? What are they moving towards? Another way to think about it is, what is that pleasure that they are seeking, right? And the last thing you need to know to even have a conversation that converts is that you need to know how you fill that gap. What do you offer? What do you do that helps them to take them from this place of pain to that place of pleasure? So let me know in the chat, do you have those things? Do you securely know that? Are you clear on the pain that I call it your soulmate client, is struggling with? Are you clear on the desires that they are seeking for their life? And then are you clear on what you do and how you do it, right? How do you solve this problem? What is your unique approach to taking them from pain to pleasure? Okay, so you have to know those things before you do anything else. So those are 3 must-haves of many. There's like 7 must-haves, but those are 3 of them. So you know these things securely. Now, what do you do when this person is on the phone? So people buy, right? Because 1, they like, know, and trust you. They have to see you as an expert. And then during the conversation, you have to tap into or attune to WIIFM. Let me know if you heard of that station. WIIFM. And it's the what's in it for them, right? The what's in it for them. So although we want to grow our business and ultimately live life on our terms, build a legacy, put our kids through private school, work from home like I do, right? We know what our personal desires are in business, but your client does not care about that, right? They care about getting their problem solved. So during a sales conversation or an enrollment conversation, you want to think about what's in this for them. How does my signature process help them to get what they want? Because if you help enough people get what they want, you ultimately will help yourself get what you want, right? So the whole time you want to tune to the WIIFM. So how do we do that? 1, you want to communicate clearly. So here's what I know about you, my educated Black lady. You are smart, right? You have developed this expertise, even though you may have some difficulties with owning it. But here's the thing that comes along with that. Jargon comes along with that. professional speak or industry speak comes along with that, as well as a high level of analysis. So often when we're communicating to people what we do and how we can help them or our processes, we use professional speak instead of clear language, right? You could say layman's terms as if you are explaining your processes to an 8th grader. And when things are unclear, people don't buy. Right? If they have to think too much, people don't buy. And people really buy from an emotional place. So that's what you want to tap into. So instead of saying, I provide you with a 6-point analysis to help you achieve higher levels of inner chi and magnificence, it's like all these things. And some of it's that woo language, right? That's not clear, versus saying, I help you get to your next level in your career, right? If you help professional women. Right? I help you translate your expertise into a thriving business. That's what I do, right? Very clear, simple language. And the best way to get at that language is to use their own words, right? Use their own words. And so just repeat back using their words how you can help them. Yeah, so through my 6 steps, I would actually help you create a clear meal plan so that your kids have something to eat at dinner. Right? That's it. You don't have to say, I hope you look at holistic options and nutritional solutions so that you can go from micronutrients to, it's like, don't do all that, right? So many times we're so engrossed in what we do and we've been educated in it and trained in it that we use our industry speak. So stop doing that in your sales conversations. Use your language, get rid of the jargon, right? The next thing I want you to do for you to tune into WIIFM, that what's in it for me, right, for your clients, is that you need to connect the dots. So they came to you because they're in pain, they're struggling with something, and they want pleasure, right? They want to get their problem solved. So your job during this conversation is actually to connect the dots, to share how what you do would actually take them from that pain to pleasure. So if you were there describing, say, your 6-step blueprint for, a thriving business, you don't want to just say, yeah, I'm gonna take you through 6 steps and 6 coaching calls and your problem will be solved. That didn't help. Actually take them step by step and say, one thing you talked about was having a clear understanding of what you do. And in step 1, client clarification, I actually will walk you through a process to help you get that client clarity. Then the next thing I know you need to know, or what I heard was missing, is that you're not even sure of what you do. So the next thing we're going to do is actually take you through a process so that you can really explain the program that you offer in simple ways. And so you can communicate what you do. Right? So that's how you're going to get to the place where you have a thriving business and you can live life on your terms and take your kids around the world, right? And so that's just a short example where I wanted to give you some language, right? So connect the dots. How do each step of your process, how would it serve them, right? How would it solve the problem or give them what they're missing to get to where they want to go? All right, so the first step was get rid of the jargon, communicate clearly. The second thing to talk so clients will buy is that you got to connect the dots. You have to tell them how what you have to offer and how you do it will actually serve them, right, in getting to the solution that they're seeking for their lives. And the very last thing to actually, get a client, right, to talk so that your clients will buy is that you got to close the deal. You got to close the deal, which means that you have to ask for the sale, right? And the way to do this is to assume that they even want the sale. So after you share what you have to offer, you check in to see if that resonates with them, right? Maybe you share the investment, you handle their objections. The very last thing you want to do is ask them, okay, are we partying, right? Are we getting married? And the way that you do that is you can say, so when do you want to get started? Right? You're assuming that they want to get started. Or, for your VIP session, which is the first step, like I said, and that's helping you to build this thriving business, we spend 3 hours together. So would this Saturday or next Saturday work with you for this session? So assume the sale. So a lot of times I've had clients who've gotten on the phone, gotten people to say yes, right? They're like, I want that. And then they're like, okay. And they don't say anything. They don't tell them anything. They don't say, like, let's close the deal. So the very last step and the things that you have to say to get a client is that you got to close the deal. Assume the sale, ask them for the sale. And like I said, the 2 things you can say are, when are we getting started? Or does this date work with you? Or does this date work with you to start working on the first step? So for those who are joining or join a little later, so just to recap, the 3 things you must have in order to have a conversation that convert is that you got to know what your client, your soulmate client's pain point is. You got to know their problem, and you got to know what you do, what you offer to fill that gap, to take them from pain to pleasure. And then once you know those things, during the actual enrollment conversation, you want to talk in a way that's clear, right? So get rid of the jargon. You want to also connect the dots, help them know what are the benefits of their services and how it would actually help them to solve, of your services, and how it would actually help to solve them. Really spell that out clearly. And then the very last thing is you got to close the deal. You got to assume the sale. Okay. So I hope these tips help you to start finding clients now, right now. And if you're like, Quanisha, I still need help, then I want to invite you to come to my free masterclass that's coming up called Find Clients Now, 7 surefire ways to find clients who are ready to work with you. In this free masterclass, I'm giving you a no fluff, no hype solutions to actually getting paid. And you can find clients within as little as 30 days. Yes, that's not me exaggerating. I've done it. I've helped my clients do it, right? Starting to attract high ticket, high value clients in as little as 30 days. So what are we covering in this masterclass? One, you're going to learn my story, how I went from a broke graduate student. I have a master's in social work, as well as certificates in coaching, and I've done high level investments in my business and strategy. So how I went from this broke graduate student in social work to creating my first 100K in as little as 2 years, right, in total business revenue. And I'll share exactly how I attracted my first high value client within the first 2 weeks of launching my business, right? So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. And then I'm going to share the key factor that drives buyers, right? The key factor. And so, yeah, you got to tune into WIFM, but you got to do a little more. And I'm going to show you a strategic way to create this key factor and provide it. Then I'm going to show you 3 markets you must magnetize to monetize your expertise, right? There are people out there, but our approach to each market needs to be tailored to where that market is along what's called the like, know, and trust factor, okay? So there's 3 markets that you must magnetize to start attracting clients, and there's different approaches for each. And then I'm going to show you a surprisingly simple roadmap for clients, right? This stuff is simpler than you think. It doesn't have to be that complicated. So I'm going to just show you the roadmap. And then the very last thing I'm going to cover in this free Find Clients Now masterclass is 7 surefire ways, right, to attract clients now. Like, I'm giving you the 7 ways that I teach my private coaching clients who pay a lot of money to work with me to find clients, right? Many of us think, oh, we just got to post on Facebook. No, there are 7 surefire ways that will lead to you attracting clients who are ready to buy from you now. But here's the kicker. You got to implement, right? You got to go do the work that is required for each one of these steps. And you don't need to do them all. Like, just starting to implement one of them could attract your next or first high paying client within the next 30 days. So if that's sounds like information you want to learn, and so that you can actually elevate, right, your visibility and value as a Black woman CEO, then come join me. You can go to blackwomanceolive.com, sign up for the masterclass. You'll get all the details there as well as the notifications. So that's the link, blackwomanceolive.com, or you can click below or above, top or bottom of this video for the link, and it'll take you directly there. And so I'd love to hear your key takeaways. What did you learn today for how you can talk to your clients so that they convert? So go ahead and write in the chat. Love to know what your key takeaway was from today's leisure education moment. And so this is Quanisha Green signing off, and I'll look forward to reading your comments, or feel free to message me. And I'm happy to support you to help you find clients now. So that is how you have a conversation that converts and you talk so clients will buy. So I hope to see you in the masterclass. Peace.